This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. The effects of movies on children are evident, considerable, and vast. Contextually, violent movies have fronted numerous effects on children who frequently indulge in this vicious activity. The phenomenon has been a social issue for decades, with some people supporting it while others are condemning the trend sternly. Nonetheless, it is agreeable that violent movies affect the concerned children adversely in most instances. Contextually, this is a cause-and-effect analysis paper discussing the effects of violent movies on children, having researched extensively on the matter. Emotional derailment, probable aggression, physical and psychological hiccups, and adverse mental developments are among the effects fronted by this phenomenon, violent movies. Such children need to attain appropriate guidance regarding the matter to save them from further atrocities. It is crucial to agree that movies form critical entertainment provisions for children. Nonetheless, violent ones have shown devastating effects on numerous children, hence requiring stringent regulations. Major effects. The effects of violent movies on children vary massively. This is evident on numerous occasions. Firstly, it is notable that children who spend most of their time watching violent movies develop some unwarranted aggression in their behaviors. The need to imitate major actors and scenes watched in the concerned movies has adverse influences on these children. Studies have demonstrated increased aggression among the concerned children, with some of them attempting to behave violently on several occasions. Such children can easily hurt others without considering the exact repercussions involved. They tend to think that whatever appeared in the movies is true and can be practiced at home. Since these children still undergo cognitive development and mental rationality, whatever they learn at such tender ages contributes massively to how they behave. Another evident effect is the emotional wreckage caused to these children after watching such brutal movies. Some children might be tortured emotionally for years, having not experienced or seen such acts before. This will eventually interfere with the development of the child in the realms of mental engorgement and illusions. A child might live in fear for the rest of his or her life. Additionally, managing the traumas attained from such movies might be difficult for the concerned child, hence promoting the mentioned emotional wreckage. Consequently, the child might start viewing other people differently, perceiving them to be as violent as the ones seen in movies. This might eventually create a negative relationship between the child, relatives, and other people. Notably, violent movies front adverse effects on children concerning emotional growth and other characterizing factors. Since children are still growing mentally and the kind of information and scenes they impart in their brains matter a lot, violent movies are quite inappropriate in this context. Another considerable effect of such movies on children is the ultimate poor performance registered among children who constantly watch violent movies. Such children keep on contemplating the pictures, words, and scenes they watched. This happens to the extent that they can hardly concentrate on what is being taught in class and other relevant learning provisions offered to them. Precisely, such movies occupy their minds, hence reducing their concentration in class, as witnessed by their poor performances. Since children can hardly understand that some of the scenes presented are fictitious, they tend to perceive them as real, hence exposing themselves to unreliable lifestyles only possible in movies. This makes children to be quite unrealistic in their behaviors, as they tend to imitate fiction and unrealities pictured in violent movies. Additionally, children who spend most of their time watching violent movies and other similar provisions in video games tend to have limited hobbies and activities. Children should explore a lot, not only in movies but also in other activities that promote their mental growth, talent development, and healthy existence. The rampant prevalence of obesity among children is a result of limited indulgence in physical activities. Most children are addicted to watching TV, movies, and other undue luxuries that are unhealthy for their lives. Concurrently, children who are addicted to violent movies spend limited time in physical exercises, hence promoting their chances of contracting obesity and other health complications. Giving children the right direction will enhance their cognitive growth and physical development and fewer emotional traumas. Concurrently, it is evident that children who are heavy viewers of violent movies might be less sensitive to the pain and agony experienced by other people in society. This reduces the aspects of empathy for humanity. Such children might grow with limited compassion in their endeavors. Having seen people killed, properties destructed, and human rights violated, such children might believe that those are the trends of living for one to be a hero, since violent movies are associated with fictitious heroism. Precisely, these are misleading perceptions, which should not be allowed to affect the emotions, well-being, and mental enhancement of children. Conclusion. It is vital to conclude that violent movies have numerous effects on children, as argued earlier in the paper. The ability to restrict children from indulging in such vices is crucial. Unwarranted aggression on undeserving issues is a notable effect among the concerned children. Heavy watchers of violent movies might opt to behave like their favorite actors in the concerned movies. This is mostly common among children who hardly understand the fictitious aspects of such movies. Additionally, emotional wreckage and enduring traumas are other considerable effects that affect the concerned children devastatingly. The aspects of poor performance in school, limited physical activities, diminished exploration of one's talents and hobbies, and narrow compassion for others are other evident effects. Did you like this violent movies and children sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.